people, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today is my first layout for Story Kit Crush Gratitude Edition, and you're probably wondering why I have a December daily binder on my desk. But I do want to show you something. I'm not sure, like, I don't know when people start subscribing, when people find me, what they've seen that I've made and what they haven't. So I do want to show you something I made using the Gratitude Story Kit that is in my December daily album. This is a monstrosity, and there's a process video for every day. So if you're interested in how I made this and you haven't seen this, go to day 5 in my December daily 2019 playlist. But I made this using the Gratitude Story Kit, and if you guys are interested in like interactive albums or mini albums or things that you can do outside of the page protector, I figured I'd show this to you guys really quickly before we start today's process. So for day 5, I always document 5 things I'm thankful for, and I had the Gratitude Story Kit. And so here is a quick mini album I made using pretty much everything gratitude. So these are digital stamps that I had just created with my Mink. I don't know if you can see that it's foil, not the Mink. Sorry, the foil quill insert from my silhouette. I used the silhouette pen feature and used my foil quill to make some foil stamps. So this is from the stamp set. This is a card that I'm actually using today. I'm actually using the physical card today. This was a repeat stamp that I did, and what I did for each day was I printed a photo, black and white, in a hexagon, and then I used the actual hexagons that said "so thankful for" and did my journaling on these hexagons. So here's what, and here's the beauty of hybrid. I know I try to sell hybrid to you guys all the time, but here's the beauty of being a hybrid scrapper. This is what they look like. These, so they just said grateful for, and you could use this traditionally, but I chose to upsize them, so they're considerably bigger than what on my album. So I upsized them, and I did my journaling directly on the hexagons about what I was grateful for, and then this, I fold this differently every time, but whatever. And then it's just a hexagon mini, so this folds, hopefully. This folds, goes back in the album, and yeah, I fold it differently every time. And it folds and it sits in the page protector. Now it is definitely chunky, so if you want to do something similar, you might want to watch your bulk. But that's definitely a project that you could do with the Gratitude Story Kit. So I'm going to clear this off my desk, and then we'll work on the project that I'm actually making today. So again, if you haven't seen that particular video, that is day 5. I will try to remember to put a card somewhere, like a card somewhere up there if you want to see this. But what I decided to do was make a insert for April Project Life, just because, I mean, let's talk about this. We're in the middle of Corona panic. It is very real. You cannot avoid it. And I am doing my best to document the good things. I said this in a project that I had up go a few days ago. I can't document the numbers or the bad stuff right now, but what I can document is what my life looks like, and I can focus on the good. And it's kind of perfect that we're doing gratitude right now, because I think that's something that we could all use, is focusing on what's good in our lives right now instead of highlighting the bad things. So to get ready for this page, I know I wanted this to be like my focus card, I guess. So I went through my ink swatch book. You guys have probably seen this a million times, but I went through my ink swatch book and I pulled out a red that matches, a yellow, a pink, and a blue-gray color. And I'm going to make, this is just going to be an 8.5 by 11 photo, and I'm going to do a 6 by 12 pocket spread on the other side of it. So this is how it's going to live in my album. So I did use some cards, and I typed my journaling directly on it. And you see, every single time I talk about this, the print color is never going to be, you know, exact, right? But it's pretty close. So I did my journaling, and I made a list of 5 things that I'm thankful for about my husband. That's a picture of us finally going outside. We have not been going outside. We have been doing our part. Stay home, you guys. Stay home. But we have not been going outside, but we finally we did a quick walk in our neighborhood, and I got a picture of our shadows, and we were making like silly hearts above our heads, and I thought it was a perfect large photo to print. So for the most part, when you do hybrid stuff like this, once you print your photos and your journaling, you're just about done. Like, embellishing becomes really quick and really easy. I left this card, this is not a card, this is just a 3x4 piece of cardstock, because I want to do some stamping. Because I liked this stamp. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to do the messy circles because this has the messy circle, but I don't think I'm going to do the messy circles. I'm going to do the filled in circle and then layer in the 2 bits of text over the filled in circle and just do kind of some pattern building. That's the plan. This is just build a pattern. I like doing pattern building cards like this in this album just because it gives me an opportunity to play. I'm just checking my stamp chamois. Okay, I think it's wet enough that I'll be able to clean my stamps. It gives me an opportunity to play where I don't think I would have taken these opportunities before. So I think I'm going to go pink, red, yellow, then blue. I think it's a plan. So yeah. And I will try to link all the inks that I use in the description box like I normally do. All right, so yeah, so these colors, I mean, they're obviously not gonna be perfect matches, but they're as close to perfect as I can get. And I'm going to do some stamping that interacts with the edge of the page because that is my jam. And I won't make you watch me do all of this because that would take forever. I already don't like that. I'm gonna flip it and do it again. So my circles were uneven. And that's the thing about pattern stamping like this. So I'm just going to flip it and do it again. And hopefully I get it right this time. And I just dropped my stamp block, so. All right, so what was I saying? Yeah, so I won't make you watch me do all of this because my head is gonna have to get in the frame. That's why it's uneven, because I'm not getting close enough to it. So my head's gonna have to get in the frame to get this right. But I'm just going to layer some circles and I'm gonna kind of do like a brick pattern. So I'm going to change where it interacts with the edge, and then between each colors, just quickly hitting it with my stamp chamois, and then we're gonna keep going. All right, so I'm gonna switch to the red. I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished my pattern card with the circles. Quickly hitting that with my stamp chamois. I used, so the blue I thought was going to be a closer match. In my swatches, it looked like it was a closer match, and it's not perfect. But I think you can tell that it's like as close to the inks, like the inks I have are as close as I'm going to get. And so now I'm going to just stamp the one says, love this, focus on the good, and the other one says, give thanks, so much good stuff. And I'm going to stamp that on top of my filled in circles. So I'm going to go in a diagonal is the plan. With this one, we'll do a few together. We'll see how it works. Hopefully I don't hate it. And then I'm gonna go finish the rest of it. So that's what that's gonna look like. And I think that looks pretty good. And I tried to pick colors that you would still see the black on top of. That's why I didn't use the navy or the dark green. And obviously this isn't gonna be perfect, right? Because I'm stamping this. So like this yellow one is kind of spot on, but the red one is not. So I think I'm going to intentionally have some of them be perfect or as close to perfect as I can get them, and then intentionally have some of them not be so great. So there we go. So that's what one row of the stamps look like. I'm gonna go in and finish the rest of them, and then I'll come right back. All right, so I finished my pattern card, and it actually didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. It actually went by really quickly, and I really like the effect. So if you have this stamp set, I think it's so cool. I like the effect of them layered. So I'll bring it a little bit closer. Just get this stamper's secret weapon off my table. So I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can see. So that, where's the camera? Okay, so that's what my pattern card looks like. And that's what that's gonna look like. Things are falling off my desk. But that's what that's gonna look like in the spread. And how fun is that? The colors, everything, it works it works really well actually. I was worried that it wouldn't match, but it works really well. I think I'm gonna switch these two though. I think I like it like that. Yeah, I think I like it. I don't know. I don't know how I like it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it like that though. So I stopped touching it. All right, so pretty much from here, we're just embellishing that. And again, I say this all the time, that is the beauty of hybrid. Like if you spend maybe 10 minutes working out your stuff in advance, by the time you bring it to your page, there's not much to do. All right, so I know for my big photo, I want to use one of these pleather circles. And I think I'm going to use the one that says gather. Together is the best because that just fits the story that I'm telling. Because I'm scrapping a photo of Joshua and I together. Now, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. There is, I'm looking for, I don't know what I'm looking for, honestly. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with this. I'm making this up as I go. So I don't know if I want to put another card here and have that be the home for that. So that could be an option. And then I'm repeating, like I'm carrying over this blue. So my thought process is I want to carry over the blue from here. Like I have so much yellow right now. And I'm trying to figure out how to break up that yellow. That's what we're doing. And we're literally making this up as we go. But I just want to break up that yellow. So I'm trying to figure out, I could just do more stamping. Like I could stamp on a label and that would break up that yellow. Which might be the route I go, is stamping on some labels. I do have the chipboard. So much gratitude. Gratitude list. Or maybe I just make a chipboard cluster. Like maybe I won't even use one of those. I could just make a chipboard cluster. That's an option. I put this green one that says focus on the good right here. And then I could just make a chipboard cluster. All right, so that might be the route we go. I might just create a cluster of chipboard down here and save that the pleather stickers for future layouts because we're just starting. Here's my issue with Story Kit Crush. Every time I start a story kit, I feel like I have to use everything on the first page, and then by the time I get to the third page, I'm like hoarding embellishments. But the first page, I'm literally like must use all the things. So I'm going to create a chipboard cluster. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just trying to pull out the colors that I use on this side. So I have a yellow, I have like kind of a corally red color, a blue, and a pink one. There we go. Okay. So I kind of have my chipboard cluster and I really like how that looks. And I'm going to put the rest of my chipboard away so I don't use it all on this first page. And I'm going to pull out some labels because I do think I want to use some label stickers. So I have a pink label, which is kind of perfect. I think I have a light blue one. And these are the Studio Calico Color Theory labels. I rave about these all the time. That's completely different blue. I'm not going to use blue. I rave about these all the time just because they're paper. I could use that red. I'm going to use this red. Because they're paper. So because they're paper, they're easier to stamp on versus like Allie's label stickers, which are a glossy finish. I really prefer these just because they're easier to stamp on. All right. So I pulled out two colors. I'm looking for the yellow ones. Let's see. This yellow is too yellow. So I'm just going to stick to the red and the pink. I think that makes the most sense right now. Yeah, I'm going to stick to the red and the pink. All right, so I'm going to stamp some sentiments on these labels. So let's see what fits. Give thanks fits perfectly. I like this one that says be obsessively grateful. All right, where's my stamper secret weapon? Let's get to stamping. All right, guys, so I stamped on 4 labels. I stamped giving thanks, be obsessively grateful, so thankful for all this, and I'm stamping giving thanks right now. And I tried to use a mix of the thicker labels and the thin labels. And so that is pretty much all of my embellishments ready. I'm gonna close this so I don't drop ink pads on things, because that has actually happened. Okay, now we get to actually put this together. So I have my cluster. I'm going to put some labels down first because that's going to help me figure out where I want my chipboard pieces to be. So I'm going to put the labels down first, and then after the labels go down, I will put my chipboard, like I'll use the chipboard to fill in the space. But since the labels are flat, they're going to be the first layer of embellishing. So, let's see. And I kind of remember where the chipboard was, so I can figure out where to put these without covering up too much the stamping. So I'm just putting 3 of these down. You guys know I love my I can't put things down in threes anymore ever since my husband did that voiceover video. You guys, if you haven't watched that, you should go watch it. It is pretty funny. On April Fool's, Joshua and I thought it'd be fun if he did a voiceover for me. And every time I put things down in threes, I hear him saying the power of three now, which is not the thing. It's a visual triangle, but it is now renamed as the power of three, and that's what I'm going to call it forever and ever. So sticking to the power of three, and not the visual triangle that it really is. So I put 3 labels down, and I'm just building my chipboard cluster, and it looks pretty similar to the way I had it. Not perfect. I mean, not perfect, not exactly, but I think it looks pretty similar. And then I'm going to put some hearts. So I'm going to put this last bit of chipboard, and actually I think that looks pretty good. And then there were hearts, so I can use... So my camera cut out. I'm not sure where it cut out. I will find out where it cut out when I'm editing it. I am sorry about that. I looked up, I have like the viewfinder turned towards me so I can see, and I looked up and it wasn't filming. And I don't know when it stopped filming, but pretty much all I did was create a cluster. So I used the label stickers that hopefully you guys saw me make. Again, I don't even know when this thing stopped filming, but I used the label stickers, I put down the chipboard, and then the gratitude kit came with some cardstock hearts. So I used a few of those. So that's what I did on my big photo. And now we're just going to work on finishing this left side. I'm all like flustered now. Every time my camera does that to me, it like totally screws me up, and it takes forever for me to like readjust, because I'm just like, when did it stop filming? What has happened? Why is my camera being mean to me? So hopefully you guys didn't miss too much. And I didn't, like, hopefully it was only like a few seconds before I figured out that it wasn't filming anymore. But pretty much the right side, which is the big photo, is finished. And like I said, this is going to be an insert in my April project life. So when it's time to document April, I will have this already in there, and I will build around it. So I'm going to put this green chipboard that says focus on the good, just so I can have chipboard on the left side, since I already have chipboard on the right. And then I'm going to put this label that says so thankful for all this right on top of it. And then we're just going to add a few cardstock hearts around this. Again, we're repeating the elements that we already had on the what is the word? This side, the right side. So this is what I do. I put things down, and then I just repeat elements to tie the spreads together. And I think that is a really easy way of making things look put together, is just repeating elements from one side to the other. So I'm putting down 3 hearts because power of 3. And I think that is pretty much, I think that's it. I don't want to embellish the cards I have. I'll tell you quickly what my thankful list. So I wrote, thankful that of all the people in this whole wide world, I get to have you by my side. Thankful that you are and continue to be a rock I can lean on in these uncertain times. Thankful for you and your relentless quest to make me smile and to add light to my days. Thankful that you have a level head and do not panic. Both of us can't go off the deep end. And thankful that you dragged me out of the apartment and into the sunshine and held my hand. Quick thankful list. And then I just wrote about what Joshua and I have been doing, like eating sushi at 1 a.m. and binge watching anime, because what are bedtimes anymore? What are routines? We are completely gone off the deep end. I don't even know what our lives look like anymore. And I just wrote about how grateful I am for him. And that's pretty much that's what my objective is going to be for this gratitude documentation, is documenting the people in my life that I'm grateful for. Because I don't think I do that enough. I don't think any of us do that enough. And then maybe after we're done with this, I will go show all the people. I mean, I don't really have to show my husband, he lives with me, but I'll show everybody else the stories that I'm telling. So that's all I have for today. I really like how this spread came out. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined. And then don't forget to head to Krystal's video to see what she's making for her first day of Gratitude Story Kit Crush. We have videos going up every Friday if you're new here, so you can go back and watch. We've already killed the we've killed Give, and we've killed Watch. So Gratitude is the 3rd kit we are tackling. So don't forget to head to her video to see what she made. And I will see you at the next time. So next time, keep it crafty and have the best day, and I will see you around. Bye!